Hey, Zach.
Hey.
As you guys start to get healthier and get bodies back, combine that with a game, even strength you probably feel a little bit better about. You feel like you're pushing this thing in the right direction?
Oh, for sure. I think our even strength game has been really solid. And then in that little stretch, we're losing the special teams battles. But I thought last game was solid, and I think everything evens out. So I think we're going to be back on track on the special teams, and I think we're in a really good spot. Obviously, with a couple key guys out and coming back, and it'll be good.
A lot of the guys in this organization would have had some experience with Jay Woodcroft from training camps and such, and I know you did this year a little bit, but how would you describe his approach and his presence as a head coach?
I think approachable. I think he's a younger coach. He's somebody you can go up and talk to and relate to, I think. I think his knowledge of the game is excellent. I think that he's a great teacher and very clear and concise with what he's trying to convey. I think that's really important in a coach. And I think he's done a really good job. I think it's not easy coming in middle of this season, being a new head coach in the league and trying to get a group of guys to buy into what you're doing. And I think that he's done a really good job in doing that.
Zach, over here, would it be the same as when you were in Toronto with Babcock being a veteran and Keefe being a younger coach? Is there any similarity to that sort of situation with Jay coming in as a young coach and Tippett, obviously a veteran coach?
Yeah, I think every scenario is different, but I think definitely you can see some similarities in the fact that both Sheldon and Woody were guys who have had a lot of experience, and it's their first time coming into the National Hockey League as a head coach, right? I mean, Woody's been in the league as an assistant coach, but so every scenario is different. But I think that obviously when you have two tenured guys like Babs and like Tip who've been in the league a long time, and then there's a coaching change and you have a fresh face, I think that there are some similarities in that approach, but every scenario is different.
I heard you on the radio this morning saying you didn't play much with Leon, so you don't change your style of game. Is that just because it's too difficult to suddenly say, okay, Leon does a lot of work along the boards too, like I do, and Connor's a rush player up the middle, so I'm not changing the way I play. Connor, well, I'll just figure out a way that Leon and I can fit.
Yeah, no, I think, something I've learned throughout my career, I've played with a lot of really good players, and I think you have to stick to your guns, stick to your strengths, stick to what you're good at. That's what got you in the league, and that's why the coach is playing you with those players, because they think that your game can complement the other person's game. So I think when you start to try to change, your game and who you are to try to complement a different player, that's when things get a little tricky. So for me, no matter who I'm playing with, I try to stay the same and bring the same level of intensity and competitiveness and do all those little things. And yeah, I've only played with Leon one game here, but it was fun, and I thought we had a lot of good stuff.
What do you think of that Ovechkin hook?
I mean, I thought it was a hook, but listen, I mean, the end result was in our favor, obviously, and I think. Clearly, I think the ref just didn't see it. So everybody makes mistakes and errors. It's part of the game. Players do, refs do, and just unfortunate timing.
One more from me. You've played against Tampa more than most players because you played in the East. Mm-hmm. Is this just another battle, or what do you see from Tampa that's different from other teams? Obviously, they won 2 cups, but do they play a different style, or why are they so successful?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just know how to win. They win games in all different ways. I think you saw that last game when we played them, pretty recently in Tampa. I thought we played a solid game. We could have won, but they found a way to win. So I think going up against a team like that is definitely is really important and good for us, and definitely in the part of the season that we're at, where every game matters. I think it's a really big test for us, and we're excited about it.
Thank you.
Hey, Zach. So that previous game against Tampa, what do you take out of that game? I know you didn't get the result, but it was a relatively low-event game. Does anything that happened that day factor into tomorrow night?
No, I think every game's different, but I think that you have a little bit more of a sense of familiarity with what they're doing with the players over there, especially with guys who haven't played against that team in a long time, obviously before the last game. So, but yeah, having said that, just, they're a good team, we're a good team. Let's go out there and play our game. I think you have to play your game, and you can highlight certain things that they do, but you don't get consumed with what they do.
and I know it's from a couple days ago, but it's still kind of the talk here. What did it mean to you to see Malone have a good game? Like, well, you're smiling right away.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, he's a guy who's worked his way back into the league and who's deserved it, and just I think a great team guy, a great person first and foremost. You know, just somebody you want to be around and who brings energy to the rink, and just a great person. So to see him have a big night and help us win, and you know, he doesn't have to score goals. I think he's been doing all those little things that help a team win, and it's nice to see him get rewarded.
Hey, Zach. Kind of just on that note, when you get that secondary scoring like you did on Wednesday with Brad and Cody scoring, does that bring, I don't know, extra emotion or just kind of energize the squad even more, just seeing guys like that, you know, score a goal? Does that kind of like boost the energy and enthusiasm, I guess, on the team during the course of a game?
Of course, yeah. I think anytime you see guys get rewarded and guys who, you know, work their tails off and don't maybe score as often as you know, Connor and Leon, see those guys get rewarded is definitely something that gets the bench excited. And yeah, it was huge. It was those goals were, you know, massive in helping us win.
You guys have had a couple days off here. Are you a guy now, especially as you go down the stretch here, who, you know, watches other games, checks, you know, scores at the end of the night, that kind of thing, just to see where you are in the standings, or do you kind of try not to focus too much on that stuff?
No, if it's on, you know, I'll turn it on or whatever. You know, check the standings, or not the standings, the scores. At the end of the day, I like to follow the rest of the league also and just keep up with what's happening around the league. So, not like standing, watching or anything. It's still, you know, a lot of hockey left, but yeah, checking the scores and seeing who's doing well and whatnot.
One more for me, Zach. Where did you learn to be so good along the boards? To hold people off and to, you know, you're not 6'3" and you don't weigh 220 pounds. So where did that skill come from?
I think just learning about body positioning and being able to put yourself in a position to get the puck first, or if you're not going to get the puck first, you know, try and make the defenseman, whoever you're up against, not be able to make a play on the puck. And I think we talked about it before, like when you talk about playing a heavy game, it doesn't necessarily mean you're 6'5", 250 pounds and going there and bumping bodies around. Just being strong on your stick and holding on to the puck. And I think you know, as I was able to kind of grow in the league and build more confidence, you're able to hold on to pucks a little bit longer and not rush a play, and just use your body position to have the best possible scenario for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.